I always liked looking at a bookshelf. That's the earliest memory I have as a little kid, like only a couple years old, just looking at the books. I'm Vernon Wiering, and I am a bookbinder. That means I bind books, but it can mean a variety of things under that rubric or under that title, from modern bookbinding to traditional hand bookbinding, which is what I mostly do. Historical work, mostly. 18th century, 17th, well, pick a century. French, 18th century, French 18th century, English, 18th century. I try to create a work setup that would be similar to the period in which the book was made that I'm working on. It sounds a little convoluted, but not only am I recreating the binding in a similar style, I'm trying to create the environment that makes that binding possible. Books are such an old technology. The codex, which is as opposed to the scroll, the codex meaning leaves bound together, which goes back thousands of years. We still structurally make them the same way. It's just done by machines, but it's the same thing. It's such an old technology. Okay, and there's 4 decorated bindings. I'm tucked away in a residential neighborhood. I'm hard to find, basically, because I don't have a storefront. I started in the basement because I was just setting it up as a hobby space, and ended up completely growing out of that space and moving into my converted garage at the back of the house. When we moved to Michigan, we were living in New Mexico. I wanted to teach and continue teaching, but that didn't work out, and so I had to do something, and my default when I have nothing to do is to make things. So I started binding a little more seriously. When we restore a page, an old page, so this is a little vacuum table, just a portable vacuum table, and here's the sheet I want to restore, and you can see there's some damage on the corner here, there's some holes here. It's a little bit stained, so we might be able to reduce some of the staining as well. What I do is I have a little paper linter that I've made. I have many of these that are different colors, so I can sort of match the paper. While that's pulping, I lay the base on here. It's almost like prayer sometimes. I mean, it has to be conscious that way. Some people are gravitate toward meditating or, you know, praying or whatever it is. All those things are often, for me, solved by making something. Voila. Always ready to go back and work on a book. Maybe it's the challenge of every book is a little bit different, so there's a challenge each time. It's not like doing the same thing over and over because every book is different. So I'm dyeing leathers differently, graining cloth, maybe restoring paper, and the satisfaction of getting that from that rough state to a finished product is exciting every time. Once it looks pretty even, I'm ready to put a little grain design on it. It would be nice if people appreciated the handmade nature of books, of early books especially. And if you pick up a book from 1800 or earlier, everything was done completely by hand. A lot of this work is done by hand, and there are no straight lines really. It's like handwriting. You write in straight lines with crooked letters. So all these boards are a little bit lopsided. Even a slight flaw in the marbled paper shows the human element. I don't think I'll ever really tire of handling books.